Namaste everyone. Hello YouTube. I haven't made a film for a while, but I had a really good response from the film that I made all about fear, and I thought I'd talk about that again because something came up which I thought was quite interesting and related to fear. So it was actually probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago now that this happened. Yeah, 3 weeks ago. And basically I've got my market stand. Jo Couture is my business, and I make organic clothing and it's sorry, all the words I have are in French, so now I've got to translate it in my head, but it's all plant-based dyes. So there's a calendula plant which makes the yellow, the petal itself. There's a Rubia cordifolia flower, the root of it makes the pink, and then indigo makes the blue that I have. So anyway, that's by the by. I've got my market stand, and then next to me is this old couple that I found out live in Montgaillard de Salise, which is where I live, but the other side, so you go down the hill and up again, and they're on the corner with their 4 dogs. Yeah, they're not an organic farm, and their dogs are very loud. But anyway, the first time that we turned up at Sally's market, me and my husband, ready to set up, we didn't know how it all worked, and there was a bunch of other people that were telling us what to do, and then he was the guy of this couple of the non-organic farm was shouting his head off at me and Robin about, you know, where we were positioned with our car, and we were kind of in the way of his van and he can get his stuff out, and it was all just a huge mishmash. And the other people were telling me, don't move your car because then he'll block your space and you won't be able to get in, and then you won't be able to set up there. I didn't really know who to believe and what to do, and but in the whole process I was keeping calm, and I was just trying to listen, and I was just trying to make decisions kind of on the spot. What should I do next? What should I do in this moment now? Yeah, other people started getting involved because he was getting so upset and so loud, and he's the tiniest guy. And yet he had a huge voice, yeah, Robin said it's interesting, if you look at him, he wasn't shouting at me straight on with his body, he was always side on like this, shouting, looking down, so he wasn't looking at me in the eye. So, you know, that says to me that actually he's the kind of guy that doesn't have much self-confidence, but that's how he's learnt how to communicate when he's angry or upset, and I've heard that that happens quite easily with him. It's obviously just kind of a button that gets switched, and that's his automatic action mode of anger and just kind of being loud. And yeah. But I suppose where I'm coming to with the whole fear thing is that in the past, men or women or anyone shouting loudly in my direction used to be something that scared me a lot, and I would suddenly, straight away, get these barriers that would come up. It would make me shut down if I came across someone like this, and then I'd kind of freeze. And I wouldn't know how to respond, so I wouldn't know what to say really in response to what they're throwing at me, I don't know how to describe it really. It's just completely frozen really, and I wouldn't be able to create a sentence in a response that would just kind of work or fit the situation. It just wouldn't come, even though I wanted it to. There would be no good response coming from my side, and only in in the future, after the happening of the shouting person, would I be able to think up of good things I could have said in the moment. But obviously that's in the future, and now that moment was in the past and I can't do anything about it. So I felt like that moment 3 weeks ago on a Monday morning very early, that was kind of a real breakthrough for me, that I was able to stay centred, to stay steady, to stay calm, to stay focused, to kind of be aware of my surroundings and what everyone was, you know, communicating to me, and try and come up with the best plan. So yeah, so I suppose maybe through yoga, through that kind of just being totally content and calm and happy within myself, that I was able just to see this almost from an outsider's point of view, like to stand back from a situation and then come in on it, rather than being kind of engulfed by a huge kind of emotion maybe that I was trapped inside of, and I couldn't work with, I couldn't communicate with. So yeah, that's that fright, you know, that fight or flight, that frightful feeling that I used to get, where it would just make me freeze, just didn't come, and I was well chuffed with myself. It's like, yeah, go Jo. I've progressed onto another level when it comes to fear, I suppose. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that's another bonus of meditation, of yoga, of being content within yourself, and sitting and finding moments in your day when you feel bliss and you feel contentment, and you know yourself, you know how you work as a being, you know on the inside how you work physically, how you work mentally, and with that knowing and that understanding, you're able to then go forth into the world with whatever situations you come across, and then you are kind of happy and content with the way that you interacted with others, and the outcome then is not something that you have to deliberate on for ages and ages and ages, sometimes weeks, sometimes years, depending on what happened and who it happened with. You're able just to let it lie and let it sit, like straight away. You know, I did the best I could in that moment. Now I'm going to carry on with the rest of my day. Ooh, do you like this light? It's beautiful. I'm in the yurt. Gorgeous. Yeah, so having said all that, I'm going to have a nice yoga session, because with all my early morning market sessions with this new job that I have, with my entreprise, I'm not able to do as much yoga in the morning, so I'm having to do it at different times in the day. So it's about 5ish now, and I'm going to do some yoga before I eat my evening meal, so that I have a nice light empty stomach, ready to have a good meditation and have some good free easy movement within my postures. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon for another Yoga Jo episode. Namaste. Thank you very much. Bye bye.